My name is Martin Lunalo. I'm the Executive Director at Protective Health Champions Organization, or the convener of Nakuru County RH Network, a movement that works towards ensuring that there is rise to access to reproductive health care, as well as ensuring that we recognize our diversities within our families. Today being International Day of Family, being commemorated under the UN calendar, we are here today just to celebrate our diversities within our families and recognizing that every family matters, that everyone is important within our society, no matter what they believe in or what they do. And we are here to call upon the government of the Republic of Kenya that it's very, very important for us to recognize that every family matters and every family is unique in their own ways. We've seen a number of attempts to restructure our family culture from a few people within this country. And this is happening under the Ministry of Labor with the leadership Honorable, the CS for Labor, Honorable Mutua Alfred. We know there is a policy known as the National Policy on Family Promotion and Protection. That policy is undermining the rights of Kenyans, more especially the diversities within us, because that policy is only recognizing two gender, that's male and female. That policy is only recognizing a family that is set up of a father, mother, and child. We are telling the ministry that the Constitution of Kenya recognized the intersex and other families within this country. And therefore, we are calling the Ministry of Labor to restructure that policy so that it can accommodate all the diversities within our families. We know we have an international conference happening here in the name of promoting families under a few culprits in our country. We know Sharon Slater has come here, and her main theme is to make sure that they are restructuring our family to recognize only three people. I'm just wondering, how can the Wazungus come all the way from US to come and define for us what African family values looks like? We are calling the likes of Kanjama, wherever you are, because we know you are the chairman or the chairperson of the African Family Professional Forum, something. We are calling you that because even the name is confusing. You are not a professional. Because a professional will understand that in our diversities, we have families that are not specifically what you've mentioned in that. And how comes Wazungus will come here and be given the panel to discuss for us what a family looks like? And in this matter, we are calling upon the National Assembly. We know there is a proposed legislation known as the Family Promotion and Protection Bill under his Honorable Peter Kaluma, Member for Parliament from Homa Bay Town. We know that policy is going to criminalize the aspects of other diversities, and it's only recognizing the two gender, that is the male and female. We want to tell you, Honorable Kaluma, we know we sit in the National Speakers Panel, the National Assembly Speakers Panel, but we are not comfortable with you coming up with non-progressive legislation to undermine the Constitution of Kenya under Chapter 4, because the Chapter 4 has given us all the leeways to coexist as a country, as a nation. And Kaluma, if you continue with this impunity going to West and coming in with legislation the way that you have copied from Uganda to criminalize some aspects of our families, we are saying shame on you, Mr. Kaluma. We are also calling the National Assembly Speaker that please don't prioritize the Kaluma's bill, because it's not a bill to be prioritized in this country. And Honorable Moses Masika Wetangula, you are my friend. We come from the same area. We are just telling you, Honorable Member, kindly, because you are a lawyer, make sure that someone like Kaluma will not confuse this country with non-progressive legislation that, like the bill you want to table in the National Assembly immediately when you come out of recess in May. So we are calling upon the nation as well that tusikubali kulazimishwa familia ambayo sio yetu. Tusikubali kuambiwa ya kwamba familia ni baba, mama na watoto. What about those orphans who do not coexist in such setups? What about street families who do not know who is their father? What about those families who are getting children out of surrogacy? How will they define themselves? What about those families that are living with their grandfathers because their original families died through road accidents and all those types of viva that happens? We know, wazazi wengi as we speak, and this is very, very disheartening, that under the Ministry of Labor, the same ministry that is only recognizing a parent and a father, a mother, has not allowed women who went out of this country to work, more especially in Lebanon and other Arabian countries. And those women, when they give birth there, they are denied to come with their children to this country. We are asking you, Mr. Alfred Mutua, our beloved CS, I don't know whether we should love you or hate you. We are asking you, where will those children get their mother? if you are disconnecting the so-called family and you are appreciating the family that must have a father, mother, and a child, cover the leadership of the United States of America and they cut off a lot of funding, more especially those that are helping vulnerable families, especially to access HIV therapy and treatment. He has also cut off most of the funding that is also supporting families that are undergoing issues like TB, as well as cancer in this family, in this country. We know the effect of that in our funding processes. We know that if that continues and the National Assembly do not prioritize funding with these key issues and make sure that our women are also getting the right deliveries within our health facilities, then we'll be in a problematic situation as a country because we'll count a lot of deaths that are arising from maternal mortalities. The HIV prevalences are already going high as we speak because there is scarcity of medicines in our hospitals. So we are saying we don't want to depend on Trump. We don't want to depend on USAID funding. We want the National Assembly as well to prioritize through the budget documents our independent budgets from our independent revenues so that our women and those who are depending on USAID funding do not suffer the consequences of the withdrawal or the funding of US to the non-government organizations. And we know these has hurt us so much because as we speak, if you go to our health facilities, there's an increase, there's a shoot in deaths that are occurring as a result of HIV. We can see if you go to our health maternities, women are dying, and even the obstetric violence cases have gone high because they cannot get the right treatment at the health facility during maternal health care. Why? Because the government did not prioritize funding to the independent healthcare institutions. We are seeing the fight between National Assembly and the county assemblies, the national government and the county governments in terms of funding. We are calling the National Treasury to make sure that the county governments are getting the required available services and resources so that to continue independently in providing these services.
My name is Joy Kamauto Retich. I work for an organization called Better Lives and we are a member of the Nakuru Reproductive Health Network. As you can see behind us, we are marking the International Day of Families and we want to appreciate everyone who is here. First of all, we want to recognize family in its diversity. For me today, I just want to call upon the government iweze kutengeneza policies ambazo ni family friendly. For example, tunashukuru kwa ile policy kama ya policy ama act kama ya Inua Jamii. Hiyo act inatambua kuwa kuna jamii ambayo iko na nyanya na watoto. Hiyo act inatambua pia kuna child-headed families kama OVCs na kuna other diversities of family. Kama vile Martin amesema, it's not only a father, mother and child. We have polygamous families, all of them. And family is where all of us belong. I believe that everybody who is here and anyone who is watching comes from a family. Whether you live alone, you live two, you live three, whether you live in a community whereby you're a village, where we call brothers or uncles even, you term them as family. So what I'm asking is that we remember that we are all human, we are all equal, and we all deserve our lives to be protected. We don't want to hear cases where kuna watu wanafukuzwa kwa sababu wanatoka jamii fulani. Maybe in this case I'm referring to the minority groups. Don't chase people or try to kill people because they are coming from a different type of family. We've seen in Kisii elderly being killed because wanaitwa wachawi, simply because they are ni mama ndio mzee ananyang'anywa shamba yao. Let's respect each person's life. Let's respect each family. If it's polygamous, if somebody has agreed to be in a polygamous family or they are from a Christian family, remember family is diverse. It can be as per culture, as per religion. Let's respect all those people in their diversity and let every person own their space because this is their country. Kenya is a family and is made up of the different families that are inside Kenya. Each person should be respected and be given their space to enjoy without being discriminated or prejudiced for any reason. Thank you.
My name is Gladwell Maura, a counseling psychologist at UPIA and also a program manager. Today we are celebrating families in their diversities, and as Africans it is important to recognize that we have different cultures, we also have different religions, and all these are the reasons as to why we also have different kinds of families in our country. And as we look at that, it is also important to understand that families are fundamental when it comes to health, and more so mental health. We all lean back to families, and so when we only want to recognize a particular form of family, then we have people who will be left out, and we know this is one of the issues that we are facing in these countries. We have depression, we have stress, and we have people who feel that they are not part of these communities. So it is important for us to integrate all forms of family so that all people are in a position to relate with other people, they are able to stay with other people, they are able to share their issues with other people, because we are human beings and human beings are social. And it is not cast on stone how we are supposed to relate with each other. It is not cast on stones that it is only the Western culture or there's a particular form of family, whether it is Christian. Even our religions have different kinds of families. There are those who allow polygamy, there are those who don't allow polygamy, and we want to appreciate all of them so that every person in this country is in a position to be part of something, part of a group, and part of a society. Thank you.
My name is Laura Gutierrez. I am from an organization, an international organization, but I'm from Colombia, and we're just supporting this activity about the International Family Day because I think it's very important to recognize that all families are valid, and sometimes we believe in Colombia, we also have this idea that because there's some people trying to put this idea that there is only one type of family, and we're also kind of fighting the fight to say that families in its natural state are all diverse and all families are valid, and I think it's important to recognize that, and I'm very happy to see that they're also doing this work in Kenya, so I'm here to just support the work that is happening. Yeah.